everybody? Thanks again for watching another episode of Economics, where we focus on your mission, your mindset, and your money. I am Abong Eka. I'm a CPA. I'm also the author of Start Me Up, the No Business Plan, which is an Amazon bestseller, Kindle bestseller. Go get you a copy. Understand the 4 principles of 4 major areas you have to focus on to get your business off the ground. If you're already in business, if you follow these 4 things, you can lower the chances of failure and actually be successful. That's the whole point, right? Today I wanted to talk to you about the concept of levels and understanding what that means. Okay, so and I'll tell you 2 reasons as to why 2 examples of why I decided to do this video. But more importantly, I'm also going to give you some principles to think about when you're in the middle of what you're doing in the process of becoming successful and chasing success and attracting success, right? Really important. So I remember about 4 years ago, I've been doing TV for about 4 years. And if any of you have seen me on TV, many of you probably see me on China Central, Fox News, MSNBC, CNN, Huffington Post, HuffPost Live, Arise TV. I literally do TV like crazy. I'm all over the place. I do at least a couple times a month, a couple hits a month on air, talking about anywhere from small business to personal finance to the economy. You name it, I can do it when it comes to money. And I've gotten it down to a process, to a science. But I remember when I first started, my first TV hit was on Fox News. And I remember I told somebody about this about 4 years ago. And they asked me a question. Well, they said, well, that's great, you did some TV, so how much you get paid for that? And I said, I don't get paid. And they didn't understand why that was. And I said, look, dude, there are a lot of people lining up who will do this. There are people who will even pay to get on TV. But that's not about that. There are a bunch of things you need to do in order to increase the likelihood of you being a recurring guest and to be able to come back to appear on air and to provide the things you need to provide. You need to work on this yourself. And I spent a lot of time working on that. But the point I want to get back to is it's not about getting paid in the immediate. And I said, my response to them was, there are levels to this. Everything you do is for the future. Every action you take right now is for the future. You watching this now is so you can set something up for the future. When you read this book and you use the principles of this book, it's so that you're setting it up for the future. Everything takes time. It's for the future. There are different levels. Like a video game, there are levels you need to pass in order to get to the next one. And every challenge that comes through is so that you can get to the next level of where you need to be and where you're destined to be and where you're supposed to be, right? It's not about getting the immediate. Too many people who fail right now, too many people who are average, too many people who are opposite of average, who are garbage, they don't think about the next step or the next level. They think about the current. They think about where they are. They get discouraged, they get distracted. They think about now. They fall in love with now. They fall in love with the immediate feeling of instant gratification rather than thinking about the importance of patience. Remember, you have an idea for a business and you want to start, you got to remember that part of this is there are levels. There are levels to everything. So the other point I want to mention too in this, and what prompted me to actually do this video is, any of you probably watch The Voice. Some of you probably watch The Voice. It's a show on NBC, which is a competitor to American Idol, and even also the X Factor, as well as America's Got Talent. Right? It's a show where people sing. There was a former contestant who's on the show who I love. She's great. I didn't really watch the show much until I connected with her on Twitter, but she's an amazing, one of the amazing finalists of the show. Her name is Audra Mclaughlin. Connected on Twitter. I love her motivation. I love what she's doing. I see how people react to her. She's a great soul, great spirit, as well as a very talented country singer-songwriter. Well, she was recently sent home from the show because she didn't make it to the last 3 or 4 people or so, right? And the thing that she tweeted today, which got me thinking about this, was, her tweet was, I think I've learned that things don't happen overnight, but if you don't give up, then you'll get all the things you deserve. And I said, oh my gosh, I got to share this on a video. This is amazing. This goes towards my idea and the concept of their levels and the idea that the process takes time. Nothing is overnight. There's no immediate success in this life. The thing is, you have to understand that everything you do now gets you to the point where at some point in time where the opportunity makes itself available. She would not be where she was had she not practiced singing, had she not auditioned, had she not worked on her craft, not just came with pure talent, but came with working on her craft. You need to do the same thing in your business, whether it's business, whether you're an employee. You need to focus on and think about What value am I bringing? And how can I make myself better so that I can get to the next level of stuff? And this is next level thinking. This is not the current thinking. The average person thinks about now. The person who is worse than average thinks about yesterday. They don't let that go. The person who's successful thinks about tomorrow and then the tomorrows to come. Because they realize that everything they do today is so that they can get prosperity in the future. Make sense? So here are two simple principles. The first thing you need to do is you need to fall in love with the process. You have to fall in love with what you're going through today so that you can understand how the future will be there for you to grab and to hold. She understood that nothing happens overnight. I understood that myself. When I wrote this book, I took 2 years of writing proposal after proposal after proposal, getting rejected after rejection after rejection. I literally was it's like I was on a reality show, a game show. I literally sent 150 to 200 different emails to literary agents who all said no. A lot of them didn't respond. Some of them said, your idea, it's a dumb title, not going to make sense, we don't like it, you're not publishable, whatever. But when I got the opportunity to get this book out, and Career Press decided to sign and give me a book deal and got me to actually get this book out, me being able to write a proposal that led to this book was easy because I'd spent 2 years writing day after day and night after night. I'd go to work and I'd come home at night, and at night I'd be writing, in the middle of the night I'd be writing pages of a proposal. A couple times a week for about 2 years. It doesn't come overnight. It's not instantaneous. It's like I said, let me get it to you again. She said this. I think I've learned that things don't happen overnight. She's young. This is wisdom. I think I've learned that things don't happen overnight. But if you don't give up, then you'll get all the things you deserve. Again, you need to fall in love with the process. You need to understand that there's levels to this. If you realize that there are levels, you know that the future is there out there. You know that if the future's ahead of you, it's because of what you do today. The last thing I'll add, I said 2 principles. The third principle will be, you need to find somebody or groups of people who not only support your dream and your vision and your idea and your business, but also are going through a similar process themselves or have already gone through that process. That is imperative. Every time I've gone through something like this book, the guy who wrote the foreword, Mac Paxton from A&E Hoarders, Paul Brunson, who's on Lovetown USA, these 2 guys were my people that I would talk to who had gone through similar processes on TV as well as writing a book, and they told me everything about what had to happen. That gave me the peace to sit back and just chill and say, okay, I need to keep doing what I'm doing, and it will come to fruition. The day that I thought about quitting is when everything opened up and I ended up getting the book deal. It makes sense? You have to fall in love with the process of what you're going through, the negativity that you're going through, whatever the problems and challenges you're going through. You got to realize that this is not just now. The average person focuses on the now. The successful person focuses on the future. The persons who are garbage focus on yesterday. That's not you. You also have to make sure that you realize that there are levels to this. Every challenge you go through now is a setup for the future. Understand that. And last, you got to find people who can support you, people who are going through similar process or people who have already gone through that process so that you can get information and learn from to put your soul and your mind at ease. I want to tell you real quickly, if you're watching this video and it's not May 31st in Washington, D.C. on a Saturday from 9 to 3, we got 2 workshops focusing on Start Me Up, the book, as well as teaching you the 4 major areas and principles you need to focus on. If you have an idea, you come to the workshop, you leave with a business. Secondly, if you got to make sure you reserve your seat because we're literally starting to fill up. Reserve your seat today. We are literally filling up. It's at the Embassy Suites. Go to economics.com, EKANOMICS.com. Reserve your seat. You can see testimonials. You can see what you're going to learn. And literally, you will basically, this is a life changer. So let's do it today, right? Again, the challenges you face today are going to set you up for the future, the success and the prosperity that you deserve. As always, chances aren't given, chances are taken. So be bold and go get it.